Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 19 and the Salomon Barrios Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Salomon got another home run and a couple more base hits and a couple more walks against the Chicago White Sox in guaranteed rate field. But we're back home for a home stretch against the Cincinnati Reds and the Houston Astros. Let's get on out here. Get a training day in, looks like. What can we do? We can work on our contact cap, plate vision cap, all the stuff we have some room on still, so I'm not too worried about it. Guess we'll work on our base stealing drills. On account of Salomon is, supposed to be pretty good at stealing bases, and he's just kind of not been recently. Can't help but notice. And that is going to bring us out here against the Cincinnati Reds in Angels Stadium of Anaheim. So let's get out here and get it.
Friday night baseball now from the Big A, Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Tonight, the start of a three-game interleague series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It's interleague baseball. Next on the show. Michael Feliz, a right-handed native of the Dominican Republic, will be the starter. What's your take on him, Dan?
This ought to be interesting to see how this guy bounces back from last year when he had an ERA over 4. I know his team is expecting better things from him this year, and we'll see if he can continue to hit.
Okay, not the best start for us here in Anaheim, but regardless, it's 1-0 Cincinnati on top and Salomon to the plate. Let's go. First pitch is inside, a changeup for ball 1. And I'm kind of excited today because today, February 21st to 2020, this is the beginning of the spring training games for the 2020 season. That's right, folks. Real baseball is back today. About an hour after this video goes live, the first game between Major League clubs will be taking place between the Texas Rangers and the Kansas City Royals, which, it's not a matchup that really excites anybody at this particular day and age, but regardless, it's baseball. It's real, honest-to-goodness baseball. Cracked it right field, going to the wall, and it's out of here. Adios, pelota! And Salomon's excited for a new year of baseball as well as he hits that one 374 feet and 97 miles off the bat and gone to tie it up here in the bottom of the second. Big fly for Salomon Luis Pajarillo Barrios Garcia. Yes, indeed, folks. It's been a long off-season with a lot of drama, a lot of intrigue, a lot of cool deals being made, a lot of question marks being raised by some clubs' decisions, like, say, the Angels refusing to add pitching, or the Red Sox deciding to deal Mookie Betts. There's been all the drama surrounding the Houston Astros and their scandal of stealing signs during the 2017 season and onward. There's been drama and there's been drama surrounding the MLB's decision to only punish the managerial staff of the Astros and the team, the coaches who were with the team at the time, and not the players who apparently were mostly responsible for that act. There's been a lot of frustration over the refusal of the players to recognize and admit any wrongdoing in that 2017 season. But all that washes away because we got baseball at last. And they got baseball at last. That one is a big fly out of here. 3-run shot for Joey Votto to right field over Salomon's head, and that is going to put the Reds up 5-1 here in the baseball game which we're playing here. But we will soon have real, honest-to-goodness baseball in our world as well, starting today, so I'm all hyped up for it.
And there are some pitchers that pitchers think are pitchers' pitches, and you don't get that, and it puts you in a bad spot, and you can tell that it...
Bringing up Salomon once again, 1-for-1 with a solo home run on the day. We'll try to get on here. Bottom of the 5th, and we're down 5-1. versus the Reds starter. Two-seamer down and in, taken. Ball one.
You have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Nearly got the inside.
I was listening to an interview with, I think it was ESPN's Golick and Wingo, where I believe it was Jeff Passan was on the phone with them and talking about the offseason here, and how regardless of how bad for the game of baseball the Astros sign-stealing scandal was, it might actually in the long term be good for the MLB, because the league has a ready-made villain now. They have the Astros, who have been completely unrepentant this whole process, and they've got a whole host of teams there in the majors, the Dodgers, the Yankees, pretty much all of the AL West, who are out for the Astros' heads at this point. So there's some ready-made drama, and that is driving interest in the game that really hasn't been seen in recent years. So it is going to be really interesting. Incidentally, I did wind up myself picking up tickets to go see and boo the Astros at one of the games that they are coming to near my home, so maybe I'll talk about that more when we get closer to it. But in the meantime, focusing on the game at hand, 2-2. Grounder over to second, unfortunately. Salomon got a hanging curveball, looked like, and that is going to end the inning there with a ground out to second. Coming back up, Salomon. 1 for 3 on the day so far. We've tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. While Willie Peralta on the mound. 37,912 people. Wandy Peralta, excuse me. 37,000 people here in Anaheim. The Angels, thank you for your support. Take the changeup down and in for ball one.
As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches. The offense took full
advantage. Ooh. Slider crosses the zone and gets called for a strike on the outside, so a 1-1 count.
The pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Goes a little further outside with that one, and that's a 2-1 count. Probably should be 3-0, but can't complain too much about that, or else we might get tossed.
You probably can't throw that again, so looking for a fastball.
Another one, high, deep, and this one is out of here. Adios, pelota. Home runs on home runs for Salomon. 12 on the season, 2 on the game, 399 feet and 101 miles off the bat, and gone to put the Angels in the lead. 7-6 with a big fly off of Salomon Luis Aparicio Barrios Garcia. Coming up clutch today is Mr. Salomon Barrios. Having a good time against these dudes, these Cincinnati Reds at home. So I guess we're going to find out if that second home run is going to hold up or if the Reds can rally back. Scooter Gennett on, top 9, 2 out. It's coming out to the kingdom of Salomon, we know that much. Ken Giles on the mound. He kicks and deals. Fly ball out to right field, but this one is playable, and light that baby up. Salomon Barrios with 2 home runs, including the go-ahead run to win the game for these Angels, and they take the series opener in a very close contest, 7-6.
Play their game and put the losing streak behind it, like professionals are supposed to do.
Just off the Orange Freeway, we're here live from Angel Stadium of Anaheim. Today, it's the second of this 3-game series between the Cincinnati Reds and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. 2 of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Hansel Robles is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA.
Salomon proving to be something of a homebody this year with a 323 and 9 home runs versus 243 and 3 home runs away. So I guess we'll find out. Bottom 1, runner on second with 2 outs.
First pitch coming, here it is.
Ooh, and that one plunked him. Came inside and got Salomon on the knee, and then it's going to put him on base with 2 away.
Here's the flip side of that coin. He starts this one too far inside and plunks the hitter.
Well, you got to be careful there, Salomon. You've already had plenty of leg injuries in your career already. You don't need to add anything else on. 3-1 count to Shohei Ohtani. Fouls that back, and that'll fill the count. Puts a foul ball into the cheap seats. Actually, I think those are actually fairly expensive seats, if I recall correctly. Everybody moves on 3-2. That'll be a foul ball. Those are relatively cheap seats, I believe.
He set the payoff pitch. Lifted the other way out to left center. Owings is in pursuit.
And that is going to be a tracked down fly ball out there to end the inning, unfortunately. So Salomon gets hit with a pitch, but nothing doing. Coming back out here. Bottom 3, Cincinnati once again up 1-0. Got hit with a slider. Two-seamer away, gets taken. I'm not sure who this is. Luis Castillo on for the Reds.
What can we expect from today's matchup, guys?
I know everyone loves the long ball, Matty, but this is why I pay the price of a ticket right
Connected
here.
on that one, but it's a shallow fly ball to center. Chris Owings out there to get it. That is going to end the inning.
Angels leave 1. They're down.
Well, that'll bring the Cincinnati Reds back out here. They're up 1 with two hits to the Angels 3 and 1 error on the board for the Halos. Another chance for Salomon. Oh, you're not going to give us that challenge and then tell us not to hit a home run.
Just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to drive it out.
Two-seamer away. Well outside for ball 1. Daniel Robertson and Mike Trout on base for the Halos. I think this is the one. Not so much. Grounded down the first baseline for a foul ball. Change up well outside for ball 2.
The 2-1.
Another one far outside, and that's a 3-1 count.
Time for him to attack on the mound.
Salomon got some pop on this one. See what he does. Either feeds him the fastball or cowards out. No, this one is going to be a fastball. Right field. And out of here. Adios, pelota. One swing of the bat ties the game back up with the 13th home run of the year for Salomon. 366 feet and 106 miles off the bat and gone. Big fly for Salomon, Luis Aparicio Barrios Garcia, and he is on fire right now.
Well, it's obvious they didn't change their scouting report after yesterday's game. He had 2 bombs yesterday.
Well, he hasn't been doing too much in terms of simple base hits here, but Salomon has been lighting up this Red Legs pitching staff with a home run every time he gets a bat on ball. Silvino Bracho kicks and deals. There's a fly ball out to right field. That ball hit Salomon on the way back down, but that one is out of here as well. And Eugenio Suarez with a home run, 3-run shot to right field over Salomon's head and into the out-of-town scoreboard.
And it's now 6-3.
Yeah, he is kicking himself right now. He worked his tail off to get out of that jam and was one strike away from getting there. And then
here's the catcher, Yasmani.
Yasmani Grandal now up top 8, still up 3-6.
All right, guys, let's do it. Come on.
Swing and a flare.
Liner.
In there, a base hit.
I might have been able to get that to first base before he got there, but the first baseman was nowhere near the base.
You think you're getting a heater, he throws an off-speed pitch and you're still able to execute.
Sinking liner gets down, and that is going to be a base hit for them. Doesn't amount to much. Michael Lorenzen on now for the Reds. High fastball. 39,479 people here in Angel Stadium of Anaheim. The Angels thank you for your support. Still 6-3, Cincinnati on top.
The 1-0.
Two-seamer up and in, taken, strike one.
Pitches in the game right there. The old Greg Maddux equalizer started at the front.
Lorenzen's a pretty good hitter. Mashed a couple home runs in 2018.
1-2 now.
Fouled that one off.
The 1-2.
And Salomon only manages to chop that in front of the plate, but he's still going to leg it out for a base hit. So, not ideal exactly, but Salomon's going to put himself on first base.
Team's down a little bit. Let's see if this ends up being a huge turning point in this one.
So, Shohei Ohtani on the plate. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Oh, I like that motion. Can steal off of that. You betcha. Let's just try not to get eaten up by a pitch over. Oh, I messed up. Thought I timed it well, but I f***ed up. That was bad.
A little too anxious to break for second that time. He jumped early, and the pitcher did a nice job of just stepping off the mound and then dealing with the play from there. Sometimes you'll see a guy flinch and balk the runner to second.
Well, Jesse Winker coming up top 9. Nobody on, 2 outs. Shelby Miller on for the Angels.
Two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Pulled high in the air.
High fly ball out to right field, but well playable, and that is going to end the inning. So now these Angels have to rally fast. 3 runs in half an inning, because otherwise this game is over. And ultimately, that's how it plays out. Cincinnati takes the win in the second game of the series. And Salomon, 1 home run, but that's not going to be enough to take the win in this one.
And never gave the lead back. Luis Castillo. Afternoon baseball now on a Southern California Sunday at Angel Stadium. Dylan Bundy starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. 1 good game, 1 bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row.
Bringing on Rafael Bautista here for the Reds. First batter up, in fact. Hitting 139 on the year. And that is just going to be a lazy fly ball. Can of corn out to the kingdom of Salomon, and that is how the game gets underway with the first out of the first.
A moment here to take a look at the Cincinnati Reds starting lineup in this one.
Salomon coming out, hitting 293 home runs on the season, or home runs on the series, I should say.
300 so far on the season.
Something like 5 RBIs.
Ready to deliver. Here's first pitch.
Pitch out here.
Pitch out here, but nothing's going on.
Runner gets back safely, and that is ball 1.
You know, you got to take your time.
I think that's Mikey Trout over there on first base.
He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually settling in.
Ask for an umpire's a big
Four-seamer down and away outside the zone, and that's ball 2.
Particularly from a pitcher's
Let's see who this was. Tyler Mahle for the Cincinnati Reds on the mound.
4-2 over their last 6 games, including a win last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, try to get on
Inside fastball, 2-seam, and that puts it at 3-0. So they could walk Salomon here, or they could feed him a meatball. I guess we'll find out which. I think that's a meatball.
They can steal a series right here.
But that's just a fly ball, easily played out to center field. And that's going to end the inning. So unfortunate for Salomon, but couldn't have hit that much better, I don't think.
Now in the box,
Yasiel Puig, who is one of the few players, one of the few big-name players this offseason not to have got signed anywhere. Got a good one off of that, but Salomon back to the warning track to pull it in, and that is going to end the inning. So Puig sounds off, but it's just a fly ball out to right field, and that ends the inning. Salomon coming back out, bottom 4, still a tie ball game here. Nothing.
This game is rolling right along as we move into innings.
Nice. It's actually a relatively slow fastball by modern standards at 92 miles an hour.
But that hasn't been the case.
Still all zeros in the run column here.
And another one away.
Trying
to put my PCI on the target, but as I've warned you guys in the past, I don't have the best hand-eye coordination for that kind of thing, so
this is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Just going to result in a pop-up to the shortstop, and that's the first out of the inning. Puig on once again. It's tied 1-1 here, top 6. Runner on first with 1 out. Fly ball over Salomon's head, going out there. And he forces the runner from first back with the second out of the inning. Alex Blandino coming out. It's 2 outs, bases loaded. Still tied here, top 6 with Keenan Middleton on the mound. Kicks and deals. And Salomon right there to get this one. Backs up a little bit to pull that in, and that ends the inning. No runs across.
Still tied 1 apiece. Now batting.
We got Salomon on once again, 0 for 2 on the day.
First offering on its way.
Oh, nice slider down, gets me swinging at junk.
You see that swing right there? You know what that tells me, boys? That this pitcher is doing his job right here.
All right, well, grounder over to short. Beat Salomon by a good couple steps, and that's going to end the inning. So we still got 3 innings to play here, tie ball game, so it could still go either way. It's tied 1-1, so we got, this is the rubber match. Winner takes the series. And in the bottom of the 8th, it's the Angels who are up on top 2-1. I guess we'll find out. Fastball down, 38,000 and 57 people. Amir Garrett on the mound for the Reds. High fastball taken, ball 2.
Boy, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, you have to make sure it's up above the zone like that. He can't do a whole lot with that, but if it were a little lower, he can and will make you pay big time.
Fouls that down for ball 1.
Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Come on, baby. Get your pitch.
Change up down and away, taking ball 3 for a 3-1 count.
They're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
And he turns
connected on that one, going right field, and that one is out of here. So 3 runs in 3 games. Big fly for Salomon Luis Salomon Barrios Garcia. And as ever, we say adios, pelota.
The Angels a 3-1 lead.
can get to the plate against this pitching staff. 4 home runs in this
Well,
series.
that is home run number 4 in 3 games here for Salomon. Puts the Angels up 3-1 here in the game. And light that baby up. Angels take the series off the strength of another good game for Salomon and another good game for these Halos. So we win the series 2-1, and that's going to do it for me. So until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.